Hey guys, good morning. Today I'm gonna be trying to do a simple look for you guys. Before you ask, before we get in to the eyeshadow application, I kind of want to because I know some of you wonder why I have different opinions on sponges to apply foundation. Today I used in both of these actually, this one's for the foundation of the face and this one was more for the concealer to get in there to fill out creases and stuff like that. Both of them are L'Oreal Infallible sponges and they're both dampened, which is why they're big. My biggest gripe is that it sucks up so much product. Look, that's the shade of the actual sponge. And then that's what the bottom looks like when you're done. And I ended up having to use twice the amount of product that I would with a silicone sponge, or even a brush for that matter, to achieve the full coverage that I have right now. Now, I mean, this one I'm probably really okay with because sometimes the silicone sponges can't pull back enough of the concealer because some of us go a little overboard. But it does a really good job of getting on there, because I got a mole right there that I don't like there. I got a weird freckle over here. You know, it's like trouble spots. So, but mainly it was good for getting into the creases of my eyes, trying to get the concealer all the way around, not only onto my lid but underneath it as well. But yeah, my biggest gripe is that it sucks up a lot more product than a silicone sponge or a brush does, but they're not bad. They're just, you're gonna be spending a lot of money on product to get the result that you could get elsewhere for less product spent. So I'm just letting you know that's what I used today, just to kind of give you an idea. The full coverage I love that I got full coverage out of it, because obviously we use those products to cover up stuff that we don't want seen, so that's why I used that today. I was like, well, I mean, why not just see what the fuss was about again, and why I switched to silicone, and now I know, and now you do too. So, again, not getting back to the eyeshadows. Basically, it's gonna be a 4-step situation, and it's gonna be a mixture of Colourpop and a shimmer palette. So, this one I'm gonna use, and the Colourpops are gonna be Super Shock shadows. So we're using our fingers today, no brushes. The first, what I'm going to use is my transition, because this is going to be a sparkly smoky eye sort of thing. I haven't really done it that way, but I've used a little bit of these products before. I think I did the video, sexy smoky eyes in 3 steps or something like that. I don't remember right now. I probably should have looked before I started filming the video, but oh well, c'est la vie. So this one I'm going to be using as my transition is called Going Rogue. You can see it's nice and shiny. Thank heavens for actual good lighting today, because you're in my kitchen and all I gotta work with is the window behind me. So bear with me if things go a little south every once in a while. The next shade that we're going to use, which is going to be a red shade going all over the lid, not the brow bone, no. This one is called Paradox. You've seen it before. It's a little shiny as well, and right now it's kind of being a witch with a bee, because I was trying to swatch it around a little bit. See, you can't even see the swatches on camera, what up with that? But we're gonna make it work, okay? And I figured out, I found out this morning, half of my brushes are starting to fall apart on me, and I'm like, what the, what the F? But we work. I guess it's good I'm using my fingers today, huh? So the last shade, really? Oh well, I get it in a second. So the last shade we're gonna use, and this one is called Envy. You guys have seen me use it before. It's like a black but with purple shimmer pigment in there. So we're gonna use that as our outer corner crease shading. And I'm gonna pray that my pinky, I mean, look at the nail on that sucker. I'm gonna pray that my pinky will let this happen, because if it won't, then it's getting cut. Just saying. Alright, so let me get that cap because it's being a witch, and I'll be right back. Alright, so thanks for letting me pick up the cap. I end up finding out I got other makeup falling down there. I'm like ticked off right now. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the video, and now I'm gonna shut up. But so after those, I showed you those 3 Super Shocks. The shimmer we're gonna be using is from the All About Roses by Essence palette. On the finger, these suckers actually work really nice. You guys have seen me use it before. We're gonna use that shade right there, that number 1, and we'd put that all over the red portion of the lid. I will list all of the products I used before I started filming in the description box, as well as what I'm using on the video. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and get into it. I don't know, I'm kind of brain funky today. I'm hoping that I get the kale polish today, because I did, if you guys have been watching my vlogs, you watched the vlog randomness, I was talking about it a little bit. It's to support breast cancer research. It is the shade of pink that you usually see the pink ribbon being. It's there for limited time only on kalepolish.com. If you wonder who created it, it was Kathleen Lights. Go check out her channel, she's awesome. But she's also passionate about nail color, and her website has all kinds of different nail color shades. They're a little higher in price than if you went to like a drugstore or whatever, but honestly I think probably since she's done them and made them and was such a big part of it, I'm willing to bet it's pretty much better quality than what you'll get at a drugstore. I will be testing them out obviously, but I bought it more out of like helping the research, because breast cancer runs on both sides of my family strongly, and you know, just in general, you need to get yourself checked out. If not annually, I mean, make sure to stay on top of that, because you don't want to catch it too late. You don't want to catch that period. But yeah, just really take care of yourself. Make sure you're getting checked regularly, and you know, obviously talk with your OBGYN about, you know, what you can do to prevent it. What you can do to at least try to prevent it. You know, obviously we all need to be healthier and stuff like that, but yeah, just get yourself checked out regularly and do what you can, you know, just do what you can. Alright, so sorry I went off on that a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put down the transition that I'm gonna use, since we're all about the shiny right now. I'm gonna zoom you into my eyes here. There we go. So that should be a little bit better. Hopefully it doesn't lose focus on you guys like it usually does, but we hope that it doesn't do that. If you see my eyes shift, I am looking at the viewfinder to make sure that you're getting to see everything and not be in a blind little mess. So we're gonna go in with Going Rogue. Take your fingers here and just swirl it around a good amount on your finger and just go in. You can do it lightly, or you know, you can do it however you want to do it. So you see, like, you probably can't see the sparkles on camera, but it's very much there. Go back in, load your finger up again, and there we go. I did not do my eyebrows today. They look pretty tinted on their own, so I just decided to leave them be. Okay, so that's the first eye right there. Go back in. I promise I'm not trying to flip you guys off, so if it looks like I'm flipping you guys off, I apologize. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Now, does anybody else have an issue where, like, one of their lids gets seriously, like irritated, and dry? If you do, please leave in the comments below how you, like, combat that. Because I put on coconut oil every night to try to keep it from chapping, but it's like, it won't do it. Like, it doesn't look like it's chapped right now, and that's because of the miracle of foundation and concealer. Yeah, so if you've ever, like, had that problem, what are you doing for it? Like, please let me know. So I'm going to continue to put this a little bit more on, since this is our transition. And it sticks on pretty nicely with that concealer and foundation on it. And you might want to pat a little bit if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll be done with that shade. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that red shade called Paradox again. And we're going to use our index finger, or at least I'm going to use my index finger. And I'm going to do like a good amount. Swirl it onto that finger like you mean business. Because we mean business. So take your finger. Yeah, see how pigmented that is? Let's hope that it goes on my eyeball that way. Sometimes you gotta be kind of aggressive with it. And like really scrape it on there. I wish it wasn't that difficult to do, or that, yeah, I wish it wasn't that difficult, but is what it is. So we're just getting it in here. Yeah, it's already kind of sparkly as it is right now, because it's blending in with that transition shade. Now I am going to see if I can find a brush, hold on one second, that might want to work for me here. So I'm going to take a Colourpop fluffy brush, and I'm going to see if it'll work, so bear with me for a little bit. Gather on some product. And just, you see how I'm like in the brush fibers right now? It's because it doesn't always want to work for me. So don't feel bad if you want to use a brush, that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I did before. Take it in with the finger first. Really coat your finger. Go in on your other eye. And start to like really spread the shadow around a little bit. And it does not want to come off my finger, so we're going to go back in with the brush. Swirl as much as we can onto the brush. That's better, it's getting there. You might have to build a little bit, and that's fine. Just like, don't worry about it if you have to do that. gonna go back into the Paradox shadow, go back onto my other eye here, and really just try to like even them out as much as you can. So it is a light shading. There we go. Like sometimes you gotta like dig into these shadows, and I wish it wasn't like that, but oh well. So digging on in there and doing this. Now, I mean, obviously the eyes take a little bit of time, which is fine. I know I'm gonna use a different brush for the smoky eye part. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. contouring brush. Gonna go ahead and close up the Paradox shadow because we don't want it to dry out. And I'm gonna take the shade Envy, which is also a Super Shock. I was gonna use my pinky for that, but I'm gonna try to use a brush, and I'm just gonna like swirl around here a little bit to really try to coat it. And you're gonna start on that outer corner and work your way into the crease. Sorry, you guys are probably not being able to see that because of me doing that, but so you almost get a wing out of it. And we're gonna put a shimmer on top of this too, so it's not like it's gonna be that intense purpley black shade. And I wanted that little bit of a point, so I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe away a little bit. You know, blend, blend, blend onto that brush. See if there's anything that, like if you have excess on the brush from before, that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go back into not Paradox, but Envy, and just lightly go in. We want that sharp line, almost like we have a wing, and just do it that way. Take your pinky or your thumb, depending on which one's easiest for you to use, and just do it that way. I'm gonna go back over here and just gently do this. Okay, so you have that. Let's see. And then I think we can be done with that shade. So I'll go ahead and put the cap back on. And then what I want to do is go into that shimmer palette, the All About Roses. And I'm gonna take, let's see, I'm gonna take an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this first, with the white shade right here. Gonna pat on just a little bit. I know I was like, oh, I'm gonna use my fingers for that, but my fingers aren't really working today. So here we go. Just gonna dust ever so lightly over the shading. I'm gonna go back in, very lightly do it. Sorry, I'm blocking that from you. So it's gonna look a little more shimmery and pretty. Remember, pat, pat, pat. I don't want to actually move any of the shadow from where it was. So you do have like a shimmer going on there. Now I'm actually gonna go in so that we have a nice pink reflection. I'm gonna go in with that pinky reflective right there. Gonna dust off the brush, just gently coat in that shade, and once again just pat it down, no rubbing, and take a little more and go on the other eye and just pat, 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 pat. And then you can even go into this light, almost purple looking shade right up above, and you can pat that onto your brow bone if you want to. So I'm just patting down. So go ahead and try that on. See, it's a little, got a little bit of purple going on. Like, I'm literally only patting it down. Like, I don't want to move any bit of that shadow. So, as you can see, I'll move you in as close as I can. So, you see how, like, the nice paradox is right there. Then we have the envy. And then we have a shimmer going on all over the lid. And we used multiple shimmers, so I'll zoom you back out a little bit here. So we did use multiple shadows, and just make sure to pat on the shimmer. Don't scrub it, don't move it, don't do anything like that. Just put the sparkle on top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that my mascara is on, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my e.l.f. Blush palette here. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm gonna go ahead into the light shade right here, and I'm just gonna tap it ever so slightly, get that hair out of there. There we go. So now I'm going to tap it onto the cheeks and try to get as much color as we see desirable. So just go ahead and do that. I kind of want a light blush today. So definitely go ahead and do that. But if you want more blush, then you go right ahead. But I think that's a perfect amount for me right now today. So I'm going to go in. Oh, my brushes are falling apart. Oh well. Means they were well loved. I'm going to go ahead and go in for highlighting. The e.l.f. Pink Diamonds highlighter. It's so pretty. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. highlighting brush. Really get in there, coat that brush up a lot, and then just apply that eyeshadow, or not eyeshadow, you know I mean highlighter. So just go ahead and apply that lovely highlighter on top of your blush, and go back in and coat that sucker up like crazy, and go ahead and go in. Pardon any faces I make. And just go in, light cover, and you might even have a little bit left, so if you want to go down your nose and a little line down, you can totally do that if you want to. Now sometimes what I do is I take the highlighter, put a little bit on, and go up the sides like this, so that they're very connected to each other. So sometimes I do that, and you know, we gotta be even about it, so. You don't have to do this, I just do it for the heck of it. And then yeah, if you got a little bit left, down the nose, little button nose there, nice and pretty. And then, excuse me, now I typically go into the lips, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take, I'm feeling it today, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit lipstick in this is from Wet n Wild, and it's in the shade Coral Corruption. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out today. That is what the color looks like right now. So we're gonna go ahead and do the lips and see what the heck happens. So here we go. I like that. It's kind of bold. I like it. So now I think we are ready for the setting spray. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. I always shake it up a little bit. And now we spritz. Okay. So that one's going to dry a little bit here. Just going to let that do its thing. And make sure to get down the neck and everywhere. And then you can take your hair down, because you'll be ready to do that by the end of this. And just sort of let it fly a little bit. Now if you want your bangs to show, I got my crazy bangs down here. And they are a little, you know, they're not real disciplined right now, but this is what they could look like right here. So, minus the crazy bangs, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you out a little bit so you can sort of see everything. You know, brush your bangs down if you got them. And definitely, I think this look turned out really nicely. I love it. I had no clue whether it would or not. To be honest, like when I film videos, I'm literally doing this look on the fly. So when it works out, I'm like, yes, it worked out. So I'm really happy with it. I hope that you guys are willing to try it out or try something similar to that. Hopefully this gave you the encouragement that you needed if you were scared to do it. Personally, I don't blame you. I was a little intimidated to do it too, but I'm really super happy that I did. Like, everything turned out really well. I mean, shoot! Even the highlight turned out really nice. So, I mean, yeah, definitely try this out. And, you know, try out different things. Like, you don't have to use exactly what I did. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever the heck you want. You can use the same ideas and whatever that you want to use. If this taught you how to do a smoky eye or taught you how to add shimmer, let me know down in the comments how this video affects you. So I really, really hope that you guys liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, tap that bell so that you can know when I post a video. And you can have more of these really random tutorials that we pray works. So thank you so much if you viewed it. Thank you for those who, if you're returning, you're amazing. Thank you. If you're new and you want to be here and you're like, hey, what's up? Welcome. My name is Erin, in case you didn't know. And I am so happy. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll have the list of products in the description box. I'll have my P.O. box, which is active, so you can use that if you want. And I will have all my social media stuff. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.